Hello and welcome to another selection of the hottest Q&As Reddit has to offer. What was your high school's wildest NSFW scandal? All these pedophile teacher stories, and all my high school did was start a rumor a girl named Jamie didn't have a butthole. We had a girl who licked another girl's butthole to get into a party. She sounds like a solid add to the party. My statistics teacher got fired when he accidentally turned on the projector to show his Mac screen to the whole class and a porn site was opened. Wow, what were the odds? I would ask the statistee. Well, poop, guess that isn't an option anymore. My senior year we had a freshman who became obsessed with another girl in my class. He would call her all the time, not sure how he got her number, show up at her house, and follow her around school. His harassment started to become sexually graphic and increasingly angry/violent. She told him to stop, and a few guys on the baseball team he was on also told him to cool it. This only intensified, and resulted in him sending her a very graphic and threatening voicemail. The girl finally turned everything over to the police and school. His baseball coach was disgusted and permanently kicked him off the team, and he was suspended from school for 2 weeks. He went home that day, called the girl again and said, "I hope you're happy you ruined my life," and shot himself in the head. Whoa. Did not see that ending coming. True story? I went to a charter school in PA. The founder stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from the school district and used it for himself. In the back of the school, he built an apartment with a stripper pole, but it was hidden in the school. You could only get to it through one door hidden in a closet. He was eventually caught stealing money and he committed suicide. Wow, it's like Salazar Slytherin but with a twist. Twist on the pole. This was a year or two after I graduated, but there was this one teacher at my high school who was fired for, in no particular order of weirdness, buying booze for students, smoking weed with students, buying weed for students, buying weed from students, writing a paper for a student for a different class in exchange for weed, driving certain students who skipped school to a bar in a different city several hours away, sending a student a completely unsolicited text that said, "I've never wanted to cheat with anyone in my life, but I want it with you," offering to buy a student a $500 knife and give it to him at school, explaining it thus: "If I can walk around campus with marijuana on me, you can walk around with a shipping box with a knife in it. Kiddo, you can't walk around campus with marijuana on you." The soccer coach was sleeping with 4 of the soccer players, 16 to 18 years old, 2 of them being other teachers' daughters. They had it completely secret until his wife found a journal where it wrote about each time he slept with each girl on the team. At the end of the school day we walked out and there was 4 to 5 cop cars and they were walking him out of his building in cuffs. If I remember correctly, the girls didn't have to come back to school for the rest of the school year. It was close to the end anyway. Everyone found out their names pretty quickly. Biggest scandal at that school in decades. You gotta love it when people get caught because they kept notes on the illegal poop they've done. Someone put gear oil in the machine shop teacher's coffee. Damn near killed him. That's definitely not safe for work. But it seems like the teacher should have instantly realized the coffee tasted wrong and spit it out, instead of drinking it. A student routinely masturbated in the gender-neutral bathroom, without cleaning up after himself, and when people found out they started leaving post-it notes that read "nut-free zone." Our principal had to address the entire school about it. A few years ago I had the TV on in the background with a true crime show going, wasn't paying much attention to it until I heard the line, "There wasn't much else for high school kids to do in wife's hometown during year wife would have been in high school." Started paying attention and it's covering some kind of sex ring that ended with the murder of one of the participants. Brought it up with my wife and she was like, "What? I don't remember." Oh, right, that incident. Good times. I mean, how embarrassing, for the people in the sex ring, which I wasn't. Our history teacher made multiple sexual remarks to a female classmate. One time he pulled her shirt up because her cleavage was distracting. He retired not long after that. I had a friend in one of my high schools who had a pretty large chest for that age, 16 to 17 years old. She had a teacher that used to call her Double D, her initials were DD. Always kept her staying late after school, making creepy comments, the usual. Apparently every school has at least one old creep like that. There was this younger, smoking hot female teacher at my high school. Her BF was on The Real World, and she did a visit on the show wearing a super skimpy bikini and talking about her BF's dick. Everyone had already had a crush on her, but this pushed it over the edge. I don't know if she quit teaching, but I don't remember seeing her around school after that year. I wonder what season that might have been. Checks IMDb. 33 seasons? One of our history teachers had been a stripper before becoming a teacher. This was years earlier. She was a stripper before she even went to college to get her teaching degree. We found out about this because the father of one of my classmates had been a regular customer of hers and recognized her at a student-teacher conference. He told his son, who obviously told the entire school. This one is cruel though, from stripper to teacher is a long way, let her live. I agree. One of the girls were fricking the IT admin, she was 16 to 17 when that started. Heard an update from an old classmate nearly 20 years later, and not only have they stayed together, they're married, got 3 kids and live the upper middle class suburban dream life. Art teacher at my school started dating the prized art student a year after she graduated, they are married with kids now. His oldest son was a grade younger than her at the same school. Principal sexually harassed a teacher. Gym teacher was fired for being too close to female students. I couldn't get any more details, but I did witness his strange behavior towards females in the class many times. One girl had a key to his office, students having sex in bathroom per second theater. Nobody ever got caught in the theater as far as I know. There was also a stabbing my freshman year. I didn't witness that itself, but I was in the hallway that it happened on and witnessed the loud and panicked crowd. A student was having sex with many girls in the gym locker room or music practice rooms. This was discovered due to an explosion in STD rates. I don't recall if it was chlamydia or gonorrhea, yuck. I'm pretty sure that's what the music practice rooms were mainly used for at my school, and I thought I was the only one. 2 students coordinated jerking off in English class. Who won? Asking the real questions. But was it a sprint or a marathon? Girls track coach gave members of the girls track team rides home and massages. Got escorted out of the school in cuffs one day. This also happened at my high school. Our science teacher was a porn star in a past life. Someone in the school found a video she was in his dad's porn stash. It was a huge scandal in our conservative town. She was let go, which sucked because she was really an excellent teacher. It became a national news story. She was on Dr. Phil about it. Despite numerous campaigns by the students, she was never hired back. A kid apparently jacked off in the back of the class. Someone apparently got it on their phone. Cops came. Person who recorded it got charged. He sat where I did, but in a different class period. So I switched my chair for a new, less nutty, chair. Turns out, every other class before me had also switched the chair, so we couldn't find the nut chair. We even made black lights with our phones to look for the chair. It was great. Nut chair. We had a charity thing in high school where you'd raise money for cancer. The amount being raised was shown on a thermometer, and every limit would force a teacher to shave their head. On the very top was this French teacher. Anyways, the initiative was due to finish after lunch recess. A bunch of people are in gym shaving their heads and trying to raise money. Bills are flying down from the bleachers, and we raised just enough money right at the bell. The French teacher was not down and ran away, causing all the students to chase her into the bathroom, banging on the door and poop. She soon after had a bit of a mental breakdown. Someone at school found out her lava life profile and she left. Also, some student stole all the money raised in the initiative from the gym. Hold up, so the school just thought it was a good idea to sacrifice this lady's hair without her permission? That's kinda fricked up. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.